Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Dora. On today's video of German and African literature and culture, I'm going to be teaching you Sprachliche Stilmittel or the rhetorische Stilmittel, because of speech that you use to analyze poems, or maybe you can see them in drama or novels. I am sorry that in the last video I was meant to give you 25 of them, but I mistakenly lost some part of that video. I noticed that from number 4 to number 8 is missing. So on today's video, I'm going to be giving you complete of that one and the new one I promised you. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share my video. Ask your questions in the comment section. Thank you so much. Epipher is Wiederholung gleicher Wort am Satzende oder gleicher oder Satz am Satzende. Zum Beispiel, kennt wie Löwe, ein wütender Löwe. He's fighting like a lion, an angry lion. Ende gut, alles gut. So Epipher is like when you repeat a certain group of words towards the end of a sentence. Allegorie. Allegorie ist als gedenktes sprachliches Bild, bei denen bestimmte Begriffe durch andere Bilder erklärt werden, oder eine Verbildlichung eines abstrakten Begriffs oder Thema. Allegory is when you use a picture to describe a particular thing, like to give a sense to something. Zum Beispiel Sensenmann. Sensenmann is like a kind of a picture of an old man that looks like skeleton that comes to take away the soul of man. It is called Grim Reaper, so it is like Todesengel, like a dead angel. Okay, so Amor is like used like for love. Kreuz can be for Leiden, like suffering. Hyperbel, starke übertreiben, that is a strong exaggeration. Ich habe Millionen Dinge zu tun. I have millions of things to do. So millions of things mean like exaggeration. Sie weinte ein Meer von Tränen die ganze Nacht. She cried a sea of tears throughout the night. You know that it is impossible for someone to cry such amount of tears, but it's just to show the depthness of that thing. Neologismus is eine Wortneuschaffung oder eine Neuwortkombination oder importierte Wörter, einen gewissen Sachverhalt auszudrücken, in order to express a certain thing. Wildfeuer, wildfire, or open shop. Okay, these things are imported words or words that are newly created. Pleonasmus oder Redundanz. Gleiche Bedeutung wird mehrfach zum Ausdruck gebracht. That is verbosity, when you try to say the same thing several times. Zum Beispiel weibliche Sekretärin. In German, once any occupation has in, it only denotes that is the female one. So weiblich is also female. It's trying to say female secretary. Another example is Countess eyes. Cold eyes, and you know that eyes is already cold. Runder Kreis, round circle, meanwhile circle is already round. Tautologie. Bezeichnung desselben Begriffs durch gleiche bedeutende Wörter. When you try to express something using the same words that have the same meaning. Zum Beispiel nie und nimmer, that means never, and then you have voll und ganz, like full and total. Hypotaxe, Unterordnung von Nebensätzen unter Hauptsätzen. When you use subordinate clauses and arrange them under main clauses. Zum Beispiel, hat gehört, dass Anna verheiratet ist. He heard that Anna is married. So you have he heard, then Anna is married. Ich lerne Deutsch, weil ich in Deutschland arbeiten möchte. I am learning German because I want to work in Germany. Parataxe, Aneinanderreihung von Hauptsätzen. Die Hauptsätze werden von Nebensätzen nicht unterbrochen. That is to say, lining up only men sentences, that is main clauses. You don't fix in subordinate clauses to the sentence. You try to use main clauses throughout the sentence. Zum Beispiel, Anna ist krank, sie kommt heute nicht. Anna is sick, she's not coming today. Das Wetter ist wolkig, es wird regnen. The weather is cloudy, it's going to rain. Okay, so you can see that they only use things like comma, so in Bindevolta und Punkt to separate the sentences. So you use more of punctuations to separate the sentences. That's rhyme. Gleichklang der Wörter and verse. Let me say a verse in a poem, you have the same sound, Gleichklang. Es gibt Kreuzreim, es gibt Anfangsreim, Endreim, Schlagreim, and so weiter. There are different types of rhyme. A rhyme of words in the beginning, and so on. Zum Beispiel in Mundnacht von Joseph von Eichendorff. Let's look at the end rhyme in this poem, and this poem has a cross rhyme. So you can have the rhyme as A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F. So you can see that Himmel and the Schimmel, they rhyme, geküsst und müsst rhyme, Väter und Wärter rhyme, Sacht und Nacht rhyme, and then Sparte und Lande rhymed, and Haus und Haus rhymed together. That's Rhythmus. That is reading, the sound, the way it is being read when you are reading a poem, the intonation in the poem, okay, that one can clap to. Dreams are Redundanz, Gleichnis, and so on. Antithese, Gegenüberstellung von sprachlichen gegensätzlichen Paaren, groß und klein, jung und alt, big and small, young and old. You can see that it's about placing two opposite words together in a sentence. Es fängt am herrlichen Tag an und endet dunklen Nacht. It started on a bright day and it ended a dark night. Emphase ist eine besondere Betonung. It is a kind of an emphasis. Zum Beispiel, du Scheiße, was hast du bloß getan? What is it that you did? Das hätte ich wirklich nicht von dir erwartet. I never expected this from you, really. Wiederholen. Wenn einzelne Wörter oder Satzteile oder Sätze wiederholt werden. When you repeat entire word or entire sentence or part of a sentence, that is Repetitiol, or you can call it Wiederholen. Wer bin ich denn? So, wer bin ich has been repeated. It's an entire sentence. Hallo, hallo, wer ist das? Hallo, hallo is repeated. Vulgarismus. Schimpfwort oder Vulgarsprache, die das Schamgefühl oder den guten Geschmack verletzt. Using a vulgar language on someone. For example, you call the person motherfucker, Ezekiel, that is a bastard. Kraken, that is whatever the person is talking is a crap. And there are also some words which are not vulgar. Nicht alle Wörter sind vulgar. Zum Beispiel Rabenmutter, when you tell the person is uncaring mother, the spaghetti for two. It is a short story, spaghetti for two. You will see where the guy in the story used vulgar language for someone. The guy is from Switzerland, entered a restaurant to eat. You know, he bought his own spaghetti and he placed it on his table. He forgot to get a fork, so he went back to collect fork from the seller. As he was coming back, he saw a black guy seated on a table and was eating spaghetti. He got angry immediately. He wanted to shout at him, but because there are mothers with children, and in those era, people have started talking about racism, that is racism, and they are trying to prevent racism. So he felt like if I shout at this man now, people will see me as a racist. And moreover, this guy, they are young people, all of the same age. So he wanted to show this black guy that he is the one. He was like, zum Teufel mit diesen Asylbewerbern, der kam irgendwo aus Ouagadougou, wollte sich in der Schweiz breit machen. Like, who is this asylum guy who came somewhere from Ouagadougou and he wants to, to show himself? If you are in Nigeria, they say you want to show yourself. You want to chill with the big guys. You want to bamba, Because of that, he went straight to the guy and joined him in eating the spaghetti. Knowing that the spaghetti, one plate of spaghetti will not be enough for the both of them, the black guy just smiled and continued eating. They both finished the food. The white guy was like, is he going to expect me to pay for the food when he has to pay half of it? After all, both of us ate it together. But because the black guy now, a black guy is always looking for what to eat. Food no they do them. So he now went and ordered another plate. White guy insisted and ate it with him. And when they finished, a black guy paid and left. The white guy was just so confused. Those days they used to see black people as people who are army loiter, people who are poor, who cannot afford anything good. He was surprised a young guy of his age can do that. When he now looked around the restaurant, he now saw a plate of spaghetti on a table getting cold. It happens that he left his own on the table and went and mistook this black guy for eating his own spaghetti. Das Enjabement, Heilensprünge, or the zerbrochene Ringline. That is when you have a sentence in a poem running into the other. You call it in English run-on line or Enjabement. Zum Beispiel yourself von Eichendorff's Mondnacht. You have Es war, als hätte der Himmel die Erde still geküsst. It was as if the sky calmly kissed the earth. So it is a sentence that did not complete on the first line. It went into the second line. Angelend and the Aufwand dieser alten Terrasse. That is from Horace. Leaning against the ivy walls of this old terrace is like a straight sentence, but it is not in the same line. Gleichnis oder Parabel. Eine Veranschaulichung durch Bilder. That is when you do a pictorial comparison, or when you tell a story that has moral meanings. Zum Beispiel, the Nachschlug ein Wiederblick aus heiterem Himmel. Is rustic as rot fox. He is as cunning as a red fox, because red fox is used to show that something is cunning in German. In Nigeria, we use tortoise, comparing of someone with something that has to do with a picture. Synekdoche, eine Rhetorik oder Zestung des engeren Begriff für den umfassenden. It's like when you use a tiny part to represent a whole. Alle Menschen brauchen ein Dach zum Schlafen. Every person needs a roof to sleep, a roof, but it is used as house in this case. So it is little part of a house that was used to represent the whole body of the house. Alle Köpfe sollen zusammenarbeiten. Every head should work together. So you use the head to represent Person. Everybody in that head is just a part of the whole body. Apostroph, persönliche Ansprache an einem abwesenden Menschen. When you are talking to somebody that is absent. Andreas Greffius, es ist alles eitel. For example, it says, Du siehst, wohin du siehst, no Eitelkeit auf der Erde. Seeing what you are seeing, it is only vanity on the earth. So it's as if the you, do there is referring to you. Meanwhile, the person he's talking to is absent. Matthias Claudius Abendlied. Lass uns in Himmel kommen, du unser Herr und unser Gott. Allow us to come to heaven, you, our Father and our God. Okay, so as if our Father and our God is there discussing with him. Epigramm, that is ein Sinn gedeckt oder Gefühle oder Gedanken oder Auftritt. Dies sich an Personen, Handlung oder Begebenheiten richten. Like when you write a little poem that you have, dedicated to someone, talking about your feelings, and Denkmal, that is like a monument or something you dedicate to someone. Zum Beispiel Goethe und Schillers Szene, Friedrich Fischer, Epigramm aus Baden-Baden, Wortspiel, and ein Spiel aus Wort. It's like pun in English, when you make a play on words. Zum Beispiel Eile mit Weile, Bruder Grins Katze und Maus in Gesellschaft. That is cat and mouse in the society. It is a short story that talks about famine during winter, and then cat and mouse, they decided to think of how to save themselves. So they have a small pot and Töpfchen that is filled with fat. So they were trying to, find out where they're going to hide it so no one will take it. So they decided to go to the Kirche, to go to the church, and they decided to hide it under the altar. So when they were now going back, the Katze told the mouse was called to come for the naming ceremony of a son. So he went there, and then when he came back, the mouse asked him, "Was hast denn das Kind für einen Namen bekommen?" fragte die Maus. "Haut ab", sagte die Katze. So when the mouse asked the cat what kind of name was given to the child, he said, "Haut ab." That means the flesh is out, but he was licking fat they have hidden together. So another day he said he's going for Teufel, that is for the baptism of the child. And then when he came back, the mouse also asked him, "Wie ist denn dieses Kind getauft werden?" "Halb aus", antwortete die Katze. So the mouse asked him how was he baptized, and he said halb aus. That means half of the pot is empty, is almost gone. He has licked everything out. So you can see haut ab, house up, they are just using it to make a kind of a form. Malapropismus oder Wortvertauschung mit ähnlichen Klang oder andere Bedeutung. Malapropism is when you use a word that sounds alike to the word you want to say, or but the word might have a different meaning, but it's not that they sound like the same thing. You know, maybe because of pronunciation problems or not knowing the actual word. Zum Beispiel, we can see it in Epipher, that is the rivals of Richard Brinsler, where you have Madame Malaprop making some sentences that are actually wrong, you know, misplacing the sentences. Das ist ein Präzedenzfall statt Präzedenzfall. Zum Bleistift statt zum Beispiel. Identische Aussage. That is when you make identical statements, okay? Zum Beispiel, die Wahrheit ist die Wahrheit. The truth is the truth. Ich sage, was ich sage. I'm saying what I'm saying. Ausruf. That is exclamation. You can call it Ausschrei, Äußerung, Proklamation, besonders mit Worten. Schade, like it's a pity. Matthias Claudius, der Seemann, setzt den Seemann. Zum Beispiel, und sie entschlummerte dir, and she slumbered away. You are kind of shouting. You can see mostly described with the Ausrufzeichen, that is the exclamation mark. Example from Horace and eine Aushafe. Ach, von des Knaben. Ah, from the fresh green. Parenthese. Ein Schub in einem Satz, entweder mit Komma oder mit Klammer, meist mit Gedankenstrichen, mehr Erklärung zu geben. When you use inverted commas also in making sentences, or just to give extra meaning, maybe with commas or using brackets. Zum Beispiel, ich glaube, Johann 28 ist student age is even put in bracket and there is a comma. You can even get from a novel, like I got one from this novel from Marie Jena. It says something like, "Mein Gott, bin ich froh." And then in the parenthesis, in the bracket, they said something like, "Das war das einzige Richtige, was gemacht hat." In the bracket, they try to give more meaning to whatever the person had said and say that that was the only thing the person was able to do. Untertreibung. Eine Verkleinung großer Dinge. When you try to make something that is so big to look as if the thing is so small, maybe you don't want to hurt the feeling of someone. Zum Beispiel, 1.000.000 Euro ist nicht so viel. In millions of euro is not too much, you know. Or maybe you are telling someone, "Danke für das Geschenk." Thank you for the gifts, and the person say, "Das war doch nicht." That's nothing. Repetitiol, die Berichtigung eines zu schwarzen Ausdruck. Die Mobil sind in aktuellen, nein, in hochaktuellen Farben. Das Gerät funktioniert nicht, sondern es ist in hochmodernen Design. For example, you can say something like the furniture is, the appliance is not working, but it is in a top modern design. Okay, you are trying to correct the former statement you have made trying to say no, it's not this, what is this, not what I actually mean, this is what I really want to say. Okay, that is correct too. And I believe I have come to the end of this section. Please, I want you to please like this video, comment in the comment section, did you enjoy it, and ask your questions if you may, and then please subscribe to my channel, share this video, and then I will see you in the next video. Cheers.